When is the perfect time? If you look at it, anytime you said it's going to be a perfect time, you've still never done the thing that you said you wanted to do, because there's never been a perfect time, because it's a lie. It's a lie you tell yourself to make yourself feel better. That's why you need to start associating with more positive identities that you actually want to become. It's a new year and you want to live your best life and be the best version of yourself in 2025. And I got you covered, because I know there's a lot of things that people keep telling you to do, but I've narrowed it down to 25 things to stop doing in 2025 and what you should do instead. A lot of these have to do with our mindset and little habits that can help improve our quality of life, and check off like what are some things that you feel like you need to do less of and what you need to do more of in 2025. It's different for everybody, and even if you want to try to do all of these 25 things, it might seem like really impossible. So just keep that in mind. Don't overwhelm yourself with trying to do too much in the beginning of the new year. We also have Lunar New Year coming up, so that's like our second fresh start of the year. Let's get into it because we have a lot of things to cover. All right, so starting off strong with number one, stop obsessing over your struggles. Yes, if you're on the struggle bus or you feel stuck or stagnant, it's really difficult to get off of that, to stop doing those things, because you focus on it so much, so it becomes a part of who you are. And you're stuck in this mindset where like, I'm struggling, I'm really stressed out, I'm really stuck, I don't know what I want to do with my life. What happens? You feel helpless. You feel like there's nothing that you can do about it. You feel like there's no solution to it, and you just keep expanding the problem instead of finding a solution. The first step to kind of easing your way out of that is to start appreciating the things that you do have in your life and counting your blessings that you currently have. What do you currently have that you take for granted? Like running water or a roof over your head. These are all things that we take for granted. Pouring your mind into what you currently have can expand and have the universe give you a lot more that you want. You want to redirect your energy and your focus. So you want to start focusing on the things that you currently do want. Despite your circumstances or whatever, you need to focus on, what do I want right now? What direction am I going in? And deciding like that's where I'm going, and deciding that's who I'm going to become. You have to make the decision to pull yourself out of helplessness. If you don't, you're going to get stuck. And in 2025, we don't want to be stuck. We want to be moving, we want to be creating, we want to be moving forward. Number two, you want to stop doubting yourself and start believing in yourself. It's so easy to doubt your ability. So many people are sleeping on their own talents and treasures out of fear of being seen, or just people telling them they're not good enough, or you telling yourself that you're not good enough. Take a moment to recount all of the good things that you've done in your life, all of the accomplishments, and you need to recount them and be like, hey, you know what? I have done that before. I have done great things before. And recognize the things that you've done and start believing in yourself. And even if you don't believe in yourself really, you have to just keep telling yourself, I believe in myself. I'm confident in myself. You have to affirm these things over and over again, because you've been repeating the same patterns for so long that it's really hard to change. And now you need to start believing in yourself, but you're like, how do I do that? You need to affirm it even when you don't feel it. This is like all about mindset, but I promise you, it will get easier after you start repeating who you want to become and emphasizing that person. For 3 and 4, I combine them together because they're kind of similar, but you want to stop doom scrolling on social media and also stop stalking people on social media. I haven't stalked people in so many years, because once I stopped doing that, my life was just freed up and I just felt so good. You waste so much time scrolling, or like, it's not even intentional. Sometimes you're just scrolling on TikTok and it's like 2 hours is gone. Your life is gone. You want to take back your time and take back your focus. And the way you do that is start disciplining yourself. How am I spending my time on social media? What am I consuming? You need to limit yourself. Either do a timer, delete your apps off of your phone. I offload them sometimes. So leaving your phone outside of your bedroom. And also about the stalking people thing, go get a hobby. I'm so serious. Start obsessing over like a new hobby instead of a person, or like stalking people to judge them or critique them or to compare yourself to them. Number 5, stop putting off what you can do today for tomorrow, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. With the amount of loss that I've experienced in the past few years, time is not guaranteed to you. Life is not guaranteed to you. And so instead, you want to start sending that message. If you're thinking about somebody, send them a message. Call them. I know that's crazy, calling, but reach out to people. Do the things that you said you wanted to do. You wanted to start that project, you want to start that YouTube channel, you wanted to start your dream business. All of these things that you've said you wanted to start, you've put it off for so long. What became days became weeks, became months, became years. You want to start doing things now. How do you do that without getting overwhelmed? The first thing is you have to recognize that it's about taking baby steps. Want to start a business, do one task for your business today. However small, however big it is, you want to make a list, make a plan, and then take daily steps little by little to move you forward. And a lot of the times you think, oh, that's so slow. It's better than not taking any action and just regretting, procrastinating your dreams. So start today. Number 6, stop disrespecting your time and other people's time. Time is a limited resource that once we spend it, we're never gonna get it back. And I'm sorry, but a lot of us think that we have time. We think we're entitled to other people's time, and we think we have all the time in the world, but we don't. Disrespecting your time looks like saying I'm gonna do something and then not doing it. It looks like overcommitting to things because you didn't wanna disappoint somebody else. Now, when it comes to disrespecting other people's time, it's showing up late. It's canceling things very last minute. It's being careless and not valuing other people's time like it's your time. So start respecting your time. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. If you say you're gonna go somewhere, go early, show up early, or just be there on time. Be respectful of other people's time. Pull out a planner. If you're always late, plan things hours ahead so you can be ready. Whatever you need to do to trick your mind to respect yourself and respect other people's time is a huge thing. Time is limited here, and you wanna make the most of the time that you have here. Number 7, stop letting age stop you from doing what you want. Stop telling yourself that you're too young or too old to start this, to do that. Instead, you need to just start living your life and doing what you want at any age. I started my coaching business at 23. Now I'm starting my YouTube channel, starting to get serious about my YouTube channel in my 30s. Life does not stop after your 30s. There are so many people that don't find success until their 40s or their 50s. So this narrative that you have to be successful in your 20s is just false because it just doesn't happen that much. Sometimes we see it on social media, but that's not the reality. Some people even start in their 70s. Age is just a number. Start doing what you want and don't let age stop you. Don't let other people tell you that you can't do this, you're getting too old for this, you're too young to do this. There is no such thing. If you don't see somebody else who resembles you as a role model, become that role model. Don't let age stop you, and don't be one of those people telling people that they can't do certain things because of their age. Number 8, stop judging and criticizing other people without looking in the mirror. Because we all have flaws, we all have things that we want to work on. This is just a human thing. And so for us to judge other people like that is not a very kind thing to do in this world. There's a lot of reasons why people do it. Because it's easier to judge and criticize other people because you don't have to take a look at yourself. And a lot of people lack self-awareness. They'll look at other people and be like, oh, she thinks she's better than us, blah, 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 blah. But really, that person is not doing things because of you. A lot of people try to fill the void and distract themselves from their own issues by looking at other people and judging them and being overly critical. This is an important lesson that I think even I needed to learn, is to start being compassionate towards other people and understanding what are the reasons why somebody could be doing those things. A lot of the times we don't know what they had to give up to make the decisions they made in their life. We really need to be more kind and more compassionate to other people instead of being overly critical and judging them. Oftentimes, you probably have a very huge critic inside of you, which is judging yourself and being hard on yourself and thinking you're not good enough. You really need to take a look inside yourself, be compassionate towards yourself. It can be hard sometimes because sometimes the world hasn't been kind and hasn't been compassionate to you, but you deserve compassion and you deserve to be accepted and to be loved just the way you are. Once you start giving that to yourself, it's very easy to give that to other people and stop being judgmental and overly critical of other people. Number 9 is stop waking up without a plan. Every day you wake up is a valuable day. But without a plan, what happens? You end up rushing. You forgot this, you spill coffee on your shirt. You ruin your mood for the whole entire day because you didn't prepare yourself and you didn't make a plan for the next day. We need to start planning things the night before. Pack your meals, pack your work bag, get all your papers together, whatever you need to get ready for school or for work. Pick your outfit the night before, lay it out, have everything laid out so you can just roll out. And then wake up and have a routine. You just need to do things that can bring peace to you in the day. That could be praying, that could be giving gratitude. Whatever it is that works for you, find something that can give you peace. We have to wake up with a plan, wake up with purpose so that we can make the most of every single day. Number 10, stop downplaying your successes and your wins. I think it's really uncomfortable for some people to celebrate themselves and to even tell people that they're doing so well in life because they've had experiences where people have put them down or people telling them that you have to be humble. And I just don't agree with that because being humble a lot of the times is not a good connotation. I feel like what it's telling you is don't become too big for your britches. Don't become too big and think that you're better than everybody else. The thing is, you having success, you having wins, that is your birthright. You're meant to have those things. It's not to say it's going to be given to you. It's not. Stop spending time with people who downplay your success and your wins. Start celebrating yourself. You don't have to do that publicly unless you want to, like on social media. Celebrate with your friends, celebrate with your loved ones. Let people know the things that you have accomplished. And I think sometimes you need to share because people need to see your testimony of you succeeding after a hard time. These are all things that we all experience. And to see somebody else winning can also be very inspirational. So don't think that you need to play it small and dim your light and dim your successes just because you don't want to make other people feel bad. But the reality is you can be a testimony, you can be a story, an inspirational story to somebody to help them get out of a dark time. Number 11, stop over consuming everything from content, from food, and from stuff. Overconsumption is crazy right now. I like buying things too, but I'm actually a very minimalist person. And I am doing an unboxing video next, so it seems kind of like contradictory, but I only get things that I really need. That's kind of what we need to go back to, because a lot of people are trying to fill the emptiness in their lives with food, with buying more things that you don't really need, and being in meaningless relationships with people that you don't see a future with. There's a lot of things that we try to consume to make us feel better, but it's only a temporary fix. It's important to start being mindful of what you're consuming in terms of your television shows or social media that you're scrolling, the food that you're eating, the things that you're reading, the people you're around. These are all things that you need to start being mindful and intentional of. What am I surrounding myself with? Because those are shaping who I am as a person. And as much as you want to be like, I'm strong, that doesn't impact you. Yes, it does. These things affect you. Start being mindful, and instead of trying to consume it all, try to consume what matters to you the most. While we're on that topic, what are some things that you need to get rid of in your life? Try not to constantly be buying things you don't need and it's just accumulating in your house. And having a lot of stuff in your house that you don't use is also really bad energy for you. You want to try to think about, okay, how can I stop buying so much stuff, stop consuming so many things, and consume the things that are most important to me and are aligned with values within myself. Number 12, stop trying to remember everything that you think in your mind. All the genius ideas, stop thinking like, oh, I'm gonna remember that. No, you won't. Okay, I know for a fact because I tried to be that. I tried to just use an iPad and just forget about the paper and pen and just do like, oh, I can just use my iPad. That did not work very long. Okay, now I have about 2 planners, a scribble notebook, and a journal, and they're all paper and a pen. Start writing things down. If pen to paper is not your thing, but the thing is pen to paper really helps your memory and helps your mind and helps you with healthy aging. So you want to consider that. But some people like to write in their notes and that's fine. But start writing things down. Start keeping track of things. On my planner, sometimes I'll write down the things that I did that day. I can remember, what did I do that day? A lot of the times you have really good ideas and you don't have a place to put them. For me, I'm a content creator. So I do collect my ideas and I put them in Notions. Anytime I have ideas, I'm just like, okay, let me look at Notions to see what do I want to talk about today? Collect your ideas because you never know what genius idea you're going to be sitting on, right? So you made it halfway through the list. So let's keep on going on to number 13. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for somebody else. Stop waiting to be deserving of whatever it is you want. You need to start doing things. If you're always waiting for friends to do things with, start doing things by yourself. Don't wait. Don't disrespect your time by waiting for other people or for permission to do what you want. Stop waiting. And also, there's no such thing as the perfect time. That is such a cop-out. You're waiting for the perfect time. What does that even mean? When is the perfect time? If you look at it, anytime you said it's going to be a perfect time, you've still never done the thing that you said you wanted to do because there's never been a perfect time, because it's a lie. It's a lie you tell yourself to make yourself feel better. Start doing things instead of waiting. Number 14, I'm talking to myself here. Stop saving the good things for later. Stop saving that outfit for another day. Stop saving your designer stuff for another day. Start wearing it now. Start dressing up every day. Start treating every day as a special occasion. Stop saving things for special occasions. Your life is a special occasion. Number 15, this is a little unusual, but stop saying no. And a lot of people tell you to stop saying yes. And if that's an issue you struggle with, then follow that. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing I say no. Everything's an automatic no. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to go out. No, I'm good. Now you have to start being open to saying yes to things, yes to new people, yes to new experiences, yes to doing things, even if you don't feel like doing it. That's how you experience life. And I think a lot of people, when we get older, we're just saying no to everything. And that closes off things to us, closes off opportunities. It closes off so many good things in our life. Start saying yes more often. And obviously be mindful about it. Don't be saying yes to everything. Number 16, I almost forgot. Stop over-identifying with a negative identity and start identifying with who you want to become. This might go over some people's head, but as we're born with light. As we grow up, we learn a lot of these limiting beliefs about ourselves, limiting identities, like people calling us dumb, people telling us we talk too much. We kind of take it upon ourselves and, oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I talk too much. I have to be more quiet. You want to start identifying. So how you do that is you identify the negative beliefs and the negative identities that you tie yourself with. And you do the opposite, and you focus on what is the opposite identity that I want. Instead of I'm stupid, for example, you'll be like, I'm smart, I'm intelligent. So you have to shift your identities, because if you want to be the best version of yourself, what does that look like? How does she identify herself with? And you want to identify with that. So for example, some people always identify themselves as being unhealthy. That's a negative identity that you identify with because you're so used to it. It prevents you from saying, I'm healthy. The thing is, when you start saying, I'm healthy, even if you don't change anything that you do, you start changing. That's why you need to start associating with more positive identities, more identities that you actually want to become. Number 17, stop sacrificing your health and start prioritizing your health. As we're young, we prioritize work, our family, we prioritize other people. Honestly, as women, we always prioritize other people. With that, we sacrifice our health because we think we don't have time to sleep. We don't have time to eat well. When you get sick, you're gonna need to make time. But it's gonna be even more difficult because when you're unhealthy, it robs you of your ability to do anything in your life. You wanna continue to prioritize your health. What do you need to do to feel your best? Simple things like drinking water, exercise, eating better foods. Prioritize your health, because if you don't, it's gonna become a problem later. And it's gonna be way more expensive, not just on your bank account, because it will be, but also on your loved ones. Really start prioritizing your health. That's like one of the number one things for 2025. Let's combine number 18 and 19 together, which is stop giving up so easily and stop letting your emotions get the best of you. These go hand in hand because oftentimes when you get emotional, you get upset, you get discouraged, the first thing you want to do is give up. Just so easy to give up under those circumstances. I've seen people do it for their weight loss journey, for their dream business. They're letting their emotions get the best of them and allowing themselves to quit. Instead, start learning how to pause when you feel emotions. Learn how to listen to your emotions. What are they trying to tell you? They're always trying to tell you something. It's not telling you that you need to quit, because oftentimes we confuse our fear for our own emotions, but really it's just fear. Because of that, we let ourselves quit and throw in the towel way too soon. Learning to listen to our emotions and learning to honor them and ebb and flow with them instead of going to extremes, like giving up so soon. It's like, okay, I'm taking a pause. And that's okay to take a pause. Listen to your emotions. They're actually your friends. They're trying to tell you things. So you need to pay attention, but also make sure that you're not letting it stop you from doing things so easily and giving up so quickly when you know that things take time. Number 20, stop letting your past negatively impact you today. The thing is, that happened years ago. And the only reason why it's still affecting you today is because you are recalling that memory over and over and over again. Sometimes things are awful. What people did to you was awful. The experiences that you went through was awful. I understand that. But oftentimes those pains are trying to teach us a lesson. And a lot of people think that's an unpopular opinion, like that's rude, like people don't ask for this. And I'm like, you're right. But everybody's journey has some sort of issue that we have to overcome. That's part of our story, overcoming it. But a lot of us get stuck because we're so focused on the pain that someone caused us in the past or a situation that didn't go your way. And so you're using that as something to hinder yourself today. Instead, start accepting the past for what it is. It is what it is. You can't change it. You can only change your reaction to it now. And you can only change how much of a hold it has over your life. That your past doesn't determine your future. Who determines your future? You do, and what you do now. So start accepting it and accepting yourself for the pain that you went through and the experiences that you went through, and allow yourself to let it go. Allow yourself to live a better life than that story that has been repeating on your heart and in your mind for so long. Number 21, stop needing to constantly do everything and constantly be busy and never-endingly busy. A lot of us fill our void with busyness because we don't want to think about our problems, but also because we feel like busyness is a badge of honor, which it isn't. Because at the end of the day, what happens when you're always busy, always saying yes to people, always doing things for other people? You burn out, and then you get resentful because these people take advantage of you. We want to start embracing doing nothing. We want to start embracing taking breaks and doing nothing. Every season of life demands different things. If you're in a season of life where you need to do more things, but do more things with mindfulness. Also, still make sure that you find time to do nothing. In your times of relaxation and rest, you find so many solutions to a lot of the things that you're working on. Make time to do nothing. Don't constantly be busy just because society tells you you have to be nonstop, go, 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 go. Number 22, it's getting good. Stop listening to other people's opinion about yourself over your own opinion about yourself. If you want to start your dream business and you go to a friend who has no desire to start a business and you say, hey, is this a good idea? And they're like, no, that's a terrible idea. Don't do it. You're like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna do it. You just let somebody's opinion who has no business experience, no desire to start a business, what to do. And that opinion is not even a reliable source that you're asking from. You're giving your power away to your friend and throwing away your dreams because of that. So many people do this. Instead, you have to start having discernment on the opinions that you receive and what's actually worth applying to your life. I'm not saying your friends don't have good advice for you, but they probably have good advice for you in different areas of their life that they're really good at, that they can help you with. I think the best thing for you to do is stop always asking for advice. You have to learn to listen to your own intuition and gut. You know better than anybody else what you're capable of doing. Instead, turn into yourself and also turn into a higher power. The higher power is not going to lead you astray. I'm not saying don't ask people for advice. I'm saying if somebody gives you constructive feedback about something, then you obviously want to listen to it. At the end of the day, you have to trust your intuition and trust a higher power in directing you in the right direction. Because sometimes people's opinions will lead you in the wrong direction. Number 23, stop letting your ego get in the way of learning new things. Is it embarrassing learning something completely new and you looking like a beginner? Yes, it's embarrassing. It's cringe. It makes you feel really uncomfortable, but you're letting your ego get in the way of learning something that you perhaps have always wanted to learn. You think I'm too old, I'm too young. It goes into all of these limiting beliefs that we've already talked about. So instead of focusing on how embarrassing it is to start over, what you're gonna look like and how dumb you're gonna look like, because your ego is making it all about that instead of learning something new, which can potentially change your life or improve your life, start following your curiosity. Start saying, I'm gonna set my ego aside and be like, what am I curious about? I'm curious about learning this, and I'm gonna go learn it. I'm gonna be uncomfortable because it's a new experience that I'm learning and I'm a complete beginner and I might look like an idiot, but who cares? I'm curious about this thing and I wanna learn it. That's what you need to do. You need to start focusing on curiosity instead of what you're gonna look like. At the end of the day, nobody cares what you look like anyways, except you and your ego. Number 24, we're almost done. Stop rushing. I hate rushing. It ruins my mood. It feels so pointless. Unless you're always late, then you have to go back to number 5. That's something you need to work on. Sometimes there are divine reasons why you have a delay. Because you've probably heard of the burnt toast theory, which is basically like anything that's delayed is actually meant to protect you. And I really do believe that in some times. But rushing is also a sign of you not being prepared most of the time. Start slowing down. Plan things ahead of time. Wake up a little earlier. Go to bed a little earlier. Find ways to make more time into your life so you don't have to be rushing all the time. When have you ever felt good rushing to do something? I don't rush because I don't enjoy that. It doesn't make me feel good. What do? I plan things ahead of time. I am one of those people that's like, how many hours before I have to leave the house kind of thing. And then how long does it take to get to this place? Like I literally have to calculate all of those things when I'm going out so I don't have to rush. So I can take my time getting ready. This one thing is gonna improve your 2025 so much because literally who likes rushing? Nobody. We're at the end. Number 25. Stop taking everything so seriously. But also don't go off the deep end and be like, oh, that's not too deep. That's not so serious. Don't be like that. Especially for people that are really stressed and like really trying to control everything all the time. You have to learn to let things go and allow yourself to have fun. And this is coming from me because I have a lot of experience in being uptight and being controlling, taking everything so seriously. These are things that I'm working on too. You want to start allowing things to unfold. You don't have to know how things are going to happen. Allow yourself to, yes, put in the effort, but also have fun, have balance. At the end of the day, as much as we want to seriously do all these things and be the best version of ourselves, you gotta lighten up. You gotta have fun. You gotta laugh. You gotta enjoy life. You gotta spend quality time with the people that you love. Sometimes we lose sight of them because we think that our goals are more important. And you know what? In different seasons, they are. Stop taking everything so seriously and start letting things unfold. Start letting things happen for you. Wow, congratulations. You finished all 25 things to stop doing in 2025 and what to do instead. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for sticking with me. Obviously, with everything here, we have a lot of nuances that I couldn't touch base on. I would have given you like a 7-hour seminar if that was the case, and I'm not gonna do that. But if you have any specific areas where you're like, can you talk more about this? Comment below and let me know. I want to emphasize that not everything is black and white. So it's easy to say like, stop doing this and start doing this. You have to make things work for your lifestyle and for where you're at in your life. That's when you give yourself some grace. You do your best, because being the best version of yourself is not being perfect, but it's about doing the best that you can possibly do in the moment of your life of where you are. What are 3 things that you feel like you need to work on in 2025? Comment below so we can get a discussion going, so people can relate to each other and kind of support each other. For me, I'm all about consuming less. I've deleted Twitter, for example. I've deleted my games so I can really focus and consume less, scroll less, and also create more. So I want to do more creative hobbies like doodling and drawing, which I used to do all the time. And also I want to continue making content here. If you want to be a part of that journey, make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I really want to make more content that's not only fun, because I like to share my travel vlogs and my traveling experiences and my food experiences with you guys, but also about personal growth and wellness and taking care of yourself, because those are all things that we kind of all need to try to balance, right? So I hope you have the best year ever. I will see you in the next video.